Welcome to another Fast Tips video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to change the color of a checkbox in Microsoft Access. Actually, technically, the title of the video is a little misleading because you can't change the color of the actual text box itself. It's a limitation of Access. I wish the Microsoft guys would change that, but we have to deal with it. But I'm leaving that as the title because I know that's what everyone's searching for. So when you search for how to change the color of a checkbox in Microsoft Access, I want people to find this video so they can get help. Okay, here's our lonely checkbox right here. Is active. You can click on the label part or the checkbox pot. Checkbox pot? What did I just say? The checkbox part. Say that 10 times fast. Checkbox part. Anyways, so the label that's attached to it, you can also click on that. But you can't change the little color of that, and it's different based on your Windows settings. Different versions of Access, different visions. Well, I can't talk today. Wow. Different versions of Windows and Office. This guy might look a little different. I know in older versions it was gray. Mine looks blue. But anyways, if you click on it, go up to Format, there's nothing you can do. You can't change the colors over here. There's a shape outline, but it doesn't seem to do anything. You can make it red. You can change the line thickness, make it fat. I play with all the different properties in here, and none of them seem to work. There's no theme settings, so you can't use themes like you can with some of the other controls. In VBA, there is no BackColor property for it. If you know VBA, you can't say like my CheckBox.BackColor equals. You can't change it. There's no way to change the actual checkbox itself. You can change the label, but you can't change the checkbox. You can't even apply conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is grayed out. So what do? Well, there's a couple things you can do. I'm going to show you two things. One is a trick that doesn't involve any programming at all. It just uses conditional formatting. And the second trick does use a little bit of programming, and it involves modifying the label. All right? So let's do the non-programming method first. And this actually works better if you do it in continuous forms. You can use it in single forms if you want to, but I think it looks nicer in continuous forms. So let's go to Design View. And we don't need all these fields. I'm just going to get rid of some of these. All I want in here is customer ID, first name, last name. Let's put the is active field here. All right, there's is active. It's a yes, no field. It comes in as a checkbox. I'll just delete that label. Now, I'm going to leave it bigger for now so I got some room to work here. All right, we'll shrink it up in a minute. Put a label above it if you really want a label over here. Active. Come on, active. There you go. Okay. So what this involves is putting a text box behind the checkbox, and the text box will give it like a colored background. It'll look like this from my title slide. So when you check the box, it'll go green. When you uncheck it, it goes red. Okay? That's pretty neat looking. That's as close as we can get to actually changing the color of the box itself. And this doesn't involve any programming, just some conditional formatting tricks. All right, so we're going to take a text box. We can just borrow one of these if you want. Copy, paste. All right, slide it over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to right-click on it and go to Position and Send to Back. So it's behind the checkbox. See that? Okay. While you've got it, let's go to its properties. Okay. Actually, we're going to bind it to the same field. So bind it to is active. Okay. And then we'll give it a good name. We'll call it is active text. Can't be is active because you can't have two controls with the same name, but they can't have the same control source. It's where they're bound to. So the checkbox and that text box are both bound to is active. But we're not going to change this guy. We just need it for conditional formatting. All right, go to Data, and we're going to lock it and disable it so the user can't actually change the value in here. Okay, and then we're going to shrink this up so it's about yay big, like that. All right, so it's just sitting behind the checkbox like that. Okay, and you can make this as big or as little as you want to. So if you want to make it a little bit larger, you can. Let's see. Let me see if I can get it. Click, and then we can make it a bit bigger like that. See? And then we'll just select them both together, slide them up into there. See? That sits kind of nice. Okay. Now, click on the text box. Nope, get the text box. If it's too hard to see it, you can just move this guy out of the way for now. All right, click on this guy. Oh, one more tab, too. We're going to go over here, one more property as a tab stop. We don't want to make it a tab stop, so we're going to go to the other tab and change tab stop to no. So if the user's going tab, 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 we don't want it to stop there. It'll just keep passing by. Just passing by, right? Okay. Now all we do is change the conditional formatting of this guy Go up here, and if you don't know what conditional formatting is, go watch this video. This is basically changing the colors and properties in fields based on the data in those fields or other fields in the same record. Okay, so go watch this if you've never done conditional formatting before. All right, so this field, conditional formatting, new rule. All right, field value is equal to 0 is false. We're going to set the background color to red and the foreground color also to red. They got to match because you don't want to see any text in there. We just want the color. Okay, hit OK. So there's the red one. Add another one, new rule. Field value is equal to. Now remember, yes in access is -1. All you SQL Server people out there, it's 1. For access, it's -1. Why? That's the subject for a whole different video. Let's pick green, foreground, and background, same green color. Hit OK. There's red and green, very Christmassy. All right, apply, hit OK. Now we're going to slide that checkbox back on top so it looks like that. Maybe slide you over a little bit, like that. A little bit more. And then we'll bring this over, and we'll bring that up like that. Save it, close it, open it back up again. Ready? Boom, there it is. See, little conditional formatting. Check on the box. See, on, off, curly, straight, curly, straight. If you're tabbing, tab, 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 it just keeps going by that text box. The only problem you run into this way is if the user somehow gets inside there and clicks there. But we can fix that with a tiny little bit of VBA. We can just say when this guy gets the focus, put the focus on the checkbox. Watch this, design view. One little line of code. If you've never done any VBA programming, don't worry, don't panic. Go watch this video. It's real easy. All right, it's about 20 minutes long. I teach you all the stuff you need to know. Just one line of code in the right spot sometimes can make all the difference. All right, so for this one, we're going to need to come in here and get the... Oh, no. See, it's hard to click on it sometimes. You might have to move this out of the way and then do your work. Okay, so open up the properties for that guy, go to events, and find on got focus. All right, if this guy gets the focus, we're going to do something. What are we going to do? ... We're going to say isActive.setFocus. In other words, if the isActive text gets the focus, immediately set the focus to that other field. All right, save it, close it, close it. Oh, I forgot to put it back, didn't I? Yeah, I didn't. Well, this is a good test. If I click here, boom, it moves right there immediately. See that? Click here, boom, it moves right there in the same record. So that fixes that problem. All right, one little line of code. Now I can slide you back over there like that. Oh, a little bit to the left. Let's go right there. Nope, I missed it again. There. Perfect. Okay, and go like these. And you could even change the value too. Because if they click there, it's going to put the focus on there, but it's not going to actually click it. Here, watch this. Let me show you what I mean. Right, so if I click here, if I go there, it just moves the focus, but it doesn't change the button. See, if I click right there. Okay. So what we could do is we could say if that happens, okay, if they click in there and they get in that spot, we could say set the focus there, and then we're going to say isActive equals not isActive. In other words, set it to whatever it's not, as if they checked the box. Right? Come back out here, close it, click on it, and I'm going to try to get right there, click, and it does it. See? It fixes that little problem. Click. And that's only if they manage to get in that little tiny space right next to the box. But we solved the problem, didn't we? Okay? All right. So that's one thing you can do, and that's minimal programming. It works without any programming. That program is just for that little teeny tiny bit of a fix. Let's go back to our single form, though. And what we can do with this is we're going to leave the actual checkbox alone and just change the label that it's attached to. Right? Just like I showed you in the title slide here. That's pretty significant too, right? Green and red for it's active or not. This does involve a little bit of programming, not much. Okay, you ready? So we're going to go into design view. We're going to find this guy, go to his after update event. After update. If you've never done an after update event before, go watch this video. It's my after update video. Right? It's basically something that happens when the value of a field is changed. When you click on a checkbox, it changes its value. So we're going to do some stuff. And while you're at it, watch my if-then video, because we're going to have to do an if-then. We're going to say, if it's this, then do that, right? Okay, so here's what we're going to say. Oh, first, I forgot something. I forgot a step. I always forget steps and then have to go back. Come back over here. This label, all right, we didn't give it a name. I don't generally name my labels unless I'm going to do something to them. Because for every field that you get a label with it that's attached to it. So let's give this guy a good name, because I don't want to refer to it as label 12 in my code, right? Come over here to all, find the name, and we'll call it isActiveLabel. No spaces. Remember, no spaces in our field names. I don't know how many times I get people with problems, and the reason is because I got spaces in their field names. All right, one more try. Come back over here. If isActive, then basically that's shorthand for if isActive equals true, then isActiveLabel.BackColor. See, the label does have a back color. Checkboxes don't. All right. So the back color equals. Let's set it to VB green. All right. That's a constant. Or if you want to, use an exact RGB color, you can say RGB and then put some number in here. Okay. That's a different video though. I'll just go VB green. It's easier. But look, if I say active dot or is active dot, there's no back color. See, you can't even pick it. Okay. Hey, access guys at Microsoft, do more with checkboxes. Give them a back color. Then I wouldn't be able to make all these cool videos if you fix all the problems that I have to teach people how to get around. It's keeping me in a job, right? Okay, so if is active, then we're going to make it green. Otherwise, else is active label.backColor equals VB red, let's say, and if. Save it. Okay, come back out here, close that, open it up, click, click. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Oh, look at that, it's not changing. Why isn't it changing? I forgot about this. The first time I did this, I had this problem too. The color actually is changing. Why don't you see it? Well, because the transparent setting is on. By default, all these labels. See, you can still see the grid lines behind there, the dots, right? That's a transparent label. So it matches the background color of the form. That's by design. A couple ways you can fix it. You can go into the properties, or you can just come up here and give it a background color. Let's give it shape fill. Let's just neutrally set it to gray. Okay? And I'm going to make it go right up against that label or the checkbox like that and center it. So a little space around it. All right? Save it, close it one more time. Now it's going to start off as gray. We'll fix that in a minute. Don't worry. But watch when I click on it. Click, red, green, red, green. See that? That's a little active or a little after update event right there. See that? That's kind of neat. I can't talk to too much coffee. All right, one more thing we have to do though is we've changed it in the after update event, but there's another event we have to be aware of, and that's the on current event, because as I move from record to record, notice it doesn't change. Or if I close it and reopen it, we're back to gray. So we also have to have that event run when we go from record to record, or when the form opens. That's the on current event. Want to learn more about it? Here you go. I got a video for pretty much everything. All right, so we're going to go into the forms properties, go to events, go to on current, and go right here. Now, the code we need is down here. I could copy and paste it, but I don't like having duplicated code in multiple places. So there's two things we could do. We could do this. We could say that. In other words, the form current event is going to call the after update event for the isActive field. But I don't like doing that either, because sometimes if I come in here and I want to make changes to this, I forget that it's also up here. And so it might affect this guy too. So what I like to do is make this its own subroutine. And I'll say here, private sub change is active, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. And now both of those guys will call this. See, change is active. And this one will call change is active and sub. See that? So now the after update event for the control and the form current event both call change is active. This is the kind of cool stuff that I show and I teach in my developer classes. So if you want to learn this cool VBA stuff, start with my Access Developer 1 class. Okay? But now we can save that, close it, close this. I always close my forms and reopen them between testing. All right? Open it up. Notice it's immediately red. Move from record to record. That one goes green. See? All right, and yeah, I know it's not changing the color of the checkbox itself, but you can't. There's no way to do it. Well, there's no easy way to do it. Okay. In a related video, if you want to learn how to do more with checkboxes, I've got another video that I put together a little while ago called Large Checkbox, where we take the standard checkbox and make it look like this. We actually replace it with a big guy, and that can look pretty cool. Okay, and you can change this too when you check on it if you want to. Okay, change it from red to green, for example. If you want to learn more about conditional formatting, I cover a lot more about it in my Access Expert Level 19 class. All kinds of additional advanced conditional formatting expressions too. Spent a lot of time on conditional formatting. Plus, there's a bunch of other stuff in here like mail merge to Word and all that other stuff. But this is my big time conditional formatting class right here. And if you want to get serious about VBA programming for Microsoft Access, my Access Developer Level 1 class covers all the basics and goes in a lot more detail than that free VBA class I got. And this is the great place to get started. I've currently got 40 developer lessons, and I make a new one every month or so. So there's lots and lots still to cover, and there's lots and lots to learn. And I've been doing this for so many years that I don't remember what's covered in each class. I got to look in the outline myself. But if you want to learn how to program in VBA for Access, this is where you start. So there's your fast tip video for today. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and if you have any cool solutions for how to get your checkboxes formatted pretty that I missed, let me know. Post them in the comments down below. I'm always interested in learning tips and tricks from you guys. I learn at least one new thing every week that I didn't think of and I didn't know, and a student sends to me in a comment or posts it in my forums. I love learning this stuff. So please, by all means, if you know something I don't, I want to hear about it. Okay? All right. Take care. How do you become a member? Click on the Join button below the video. After you click the Join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class each month, and more. Gold members get access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus my code vault, where I keep tons of different functions that I use. You'll also get a higher priority if you decide to submit any tech help questions to me, and you'll get one free expert class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks, plus even higher priority for tech help questions, access to all of my full beginner courses for every subject, and one free developer class each month after you finish the expert classes. These are the full-length courses found on my website, not just for Access too. I also teach Word, Excel, Visual Basic, and lots more. You can now become a Diamond sponsor and have your name or company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown in each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. But don't worry, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click on the bell icon to select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Make sure you click the Show More link down below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted, so if you'd like to get an email every time I post a video, click on the link to join my mailing list. Even if you don't want to become a member, feel free to donate to my tip jar. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got puppies to feed. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access. It's over 4 hours long, and I just updated it for 2021. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below that you can click on. And also, if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. Yep, that's all, $1, and it's free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level, even supporters. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my tech help page on my website. You can send me your question there. While you're on my site, feel free to stop by the Access Forum. Lots of good conversations happening there. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Once again, my name is Richard Ross. Thank you for watching this Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something today. I'll see you again soon.